I'm going to call the meeting to order. Can we have a roll call, please?
Ashley Selman.
Here.
Member Larson. Member Healy. Member Elliott. Vice Chair Krajewski.
Here.
And Chair Chaplin.
Here. And for quorum purposes, could we have a motion to make Member Zay a committee member for quorum purposes today?
Oh, Bob Larson.
Oh, okay. Hi. Thank you, Bob. Okay, so I guess we don't need Member Zay. Thank you. Thanks, Jim. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you all so much. So seeing that we do have a quorum, I just have a couple of remarks under Chairman's comments. So Joy and myself have been working with the Citizens Climate Lobby Elmhurst chapter. And they've been working on, they've been asking the county to have a ballot initiative question placed on the ballot. This past November, in York Township, they received, the Citizens Climate Lobby received 67% of York Township residents' support in the following ballot initiative. So they'd like DuPage County to possibly put this on a future ballot. Shall the U.S. Congress pass legislation to place a carbon fee on fossil fuel producers to reduce emissions and abate climate change and distribute the collected revenues equally to American households? So we were going to have the Citizens Climate chapter from Elmhurst come in today, but with COVID and with the changing of the board, we've decided to reschedule that. The Elmhurst chapter of the Citizens Climate Lobby would like us, the Environmental Committee and the County Board, to make addressing climate change a high priority in our 2021 legislative agenda. And I know we've done it in the past, so I don't think there'll be any issue going forward with that. I hope to be sharing with the board members the correspondence from the Citizens Climate Lobby, and that we can work together with them on this important issue. And secondly, I would really like to give my sincere thanks to the members of this committee, our staff, and our partners from SCARES for the success the committee has had over the past 2 years. I'm very proud to work with each and every one of you, and I wish our members that aren't returning the best in their future endeavors. But just to go over really quick, one of our biggest accomplishments over the last 2 years was renewing the household hazardous waste contract. It was such an important service that the people of DuPage County count on. And even though we had some pushback, we succeeded, at getting that contract renewed. So I thought that was a big success for the committee. And right out of the gate, we saved $27,000 in our budget by suspending our latex paint recycling program and encouraged our residents to recycle paint at the e-paint events throughout the county. So that was really a great initiative that we had here. Also, we worked with the with Sheriff Mendrick on Sharp's Collection, Children's Library, Hope's Garden. We invited the NAACP to attend our October 2019 meeting, and we worked with the NAACP on their environmental fair. We had garden demonstration boxes at the DuPage County Fairgrounds to encourage people to garden. And we really did some great things with our COVID funding. We had our household hazardous waste collection, which I talked about at last county board meeting. And then we've had a really successful recycling of PPE marketing campaign. So again, I just really want to thank everybody on this committee. I've enjoyed working with you, and I wish our members all the best in the future.
Just to follow up on your text, we got the guy covered on his.
You're not muted.
Yeah.
And also, going forward, I hope this committee, we didn't get to really address environmental justice, but I hope going forward in 2021, that's something that the committee can work on, whether I'm the chair or somebody else is. So with that, do we have any public comment?
Chairman, real quick.
Yes.
I know the essays.
Yes, go ahead.
I know the essay sent out a statement about we need to make for the public record when we're doing these things, the chairman, when we're doing these things remotely, that we need to state that for the public record.
Okay, so we'll go back and make that with the, under my chairman's remarks. So, I don't have that exact language.
Just the chairman needs, they said the chairman just needs to, for standing committees, make sure that if they're occurring video, audio, or video conferencing, the chairman should make such a determination for the record, so that you're just determining that we're, I guess under the governor's executive order.
Yeah, okay,
remotely.
yes. And due to the governor's executive order, we're holding this meeting virtual via Zoom, and some members are in person. That satisfied that requirement? I don't know, we don't have a state's attorney here, so.
I think that's good enough.
That's fine. Okay, great. And then I would ask for a motion to approve the environmental committee special call minutes from Tuesday, October 6th. We have a motion.
Don't move, Krajewski.
Second.
Any second? Okay, there's been a motion and a second. Do we have any discussion? Okay, can we have a roll call, please?
Member Selman,
Aye.
Member Larson,
Aye.
Vice Chair Krajewski,
Aye.
and Chair Chaplin.
Aye. Okay, that is, the minutes are approved. We'll move on to item 6, parent committee approval. I'd like a motion to approve action item agreement between the County of DuPage, eWorks Electronics and Reverse Logistics, a Group Americas, to provide electronics recycling to the residents of DuPage County. Can I have a motion on that?
Don't move, Krajewski.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on this? We can't see any, so.
I was gonna say real quickly, this
Go
is
ahead,
just
Joy.
it's a 1-year agreement. We are assigned RLGA by the Illinois Clearinghouse. We are pleased to be able to continue our program pretty much as is. All the sites are remaining in place. They are remaining open despite COVID at the moment. They are taking all the safety precautions necessary, and things seem to be plugging along with the electronics program as it was before. So we're very happy with things.
Okay. Are there any other questions? Okay, seeing none, hearing none, can we please have a roll call?
Member Selman,
Aye.
Member Larson,
Aye.
Vice Chair Krajewski,
Aye.
and Chair Liz.
And the motion passes. Now we go on to item number 7, discussion. We have the US EPA Recycling Strategy. Joy, if you want to take this, I believe there's a letter in the packet that we will be submitting to the US EPA. We have a deadline by December 4th. And then Joy, did you want to go on and take this from here?
Yep, I sure can. So the US EPA has decided to create a national recycling strategy. Part of that strategy, they have 3 different components: reducing contamination, increase processing efficiency, and improve markets, which are all notable and commendable initiatives. So they did create a draft strategy, which they have published, and they are requesting comments. They requested comments in the specific areas that are outlined in this letter. So we went ahead, we reviewed, we provided some comments. Staff's preference is that due to the EPA being the US EPA, that they should work on larger scale programs, marketing, packaging, things of that nature, and support our education efforts and support contamination and such, but that their efforts should be on a larger worldwide and national scale, and leave kind of the local issues up to the counties and the local governments and states. So we did provide a few comments here for your review. We were hoping that the committee would be supportive of us providing these comments. Again, US EPA is asking for comments, so we wanted to provide at least a little bit of input before that they finalize the national strategy.
Okay, so does anybody have any questions about our response or questions that we answered and they're sending in, or does anybody have any concerns or any discussion on this item? No. Does anyone,
Member Chaplin?
Member Selman.
yes, go ahead, Member Selman. Yes.
I just had a quick question on the
Yeah.
timing. So when is the EPA planning to finalize this? Is it before or after January 20th, I guess is my question.
That's an excellent question. I'm not sure. I will look into that and get back to you. I'm not, the comments are due December 4th.
Okay, so they want it before regardless. Okay, that was just a question on timing. Thank you.
Okay, and does anybody have any concerns, or is it okay? Do you all agree that we can go ahead and send in our response?
Yeah, I think it looks good.
Anybody else? Oh, everybody okay? All right, so then we'll direct staff to go ahead and send our response out to the US EPA, and thank you so much for doing that. Okay, with seeing no further discussion, we'll move on to number 8, staff reports. And we have a report today on the 2020 Solarize Chicagoland Program Summary. So, Joy?
Absolutely. So we were pleased again in 2020 to partner with MREA and CUB on the Solarize Chicagoland program. It, as expected, it was not as successful as our 2019. However, the county came in second, and we'll take that. We did have a lot of participation and a lot of positive input on our program. So we were able to, let's see, we had how many installs? So we had solar cars, 6 attendants, 21 participants. So we have what, 166.385 kilowatts that will be committed to solar. And these are all residential installations. The key with 2020 was that the incentives were maximized. This was like from here on out, the incentives on the state level and the federal level are going to taper down. So this was the last year for us to really entice people using the incentives to get into the program. So until solar costs, I guess, go down, or the federal government increases their incentives, this was kind of our last year. And Solarize Chicagoland has explained that they are not going to offer this in 2021. They're going to focus their efforts in other places, but we will see how we can support their efforts. But again, great installations this year. We'll take it. With COVID, it was a tough year, and we were pleased to get the numbers that we did.
Yeah, great. And thank you guys so much for your work on this. I know we had at least one event, one Solarize workshop at the county, and you guys did a great job on that. And I'm proud of, how well, DuPage came in second. So, this year, and I think it's a testament to the work of Solarize Chicago and staff here. So thank you very much. Does anybody else have any questions or comments on this item?
Just note that we came in second in Cook County, which has a much larger population. I don't think it's a fair measure. I demand a recount.
Thank you so much. Okay, seeing no further discussion on this item, we're going to move on to our presentation, our educational partners scarce. So Kay or Bev, whoever's here, if you guys want to take it away.
I'm here. Let's see. Hi, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Good morning. Good morning. Well, it has been a busy month, even with COVID, as you said. What an incredible time for everybody. We were thrilled with the award ceremonies for the Village of Clarendon Hills. This has been a 7-year project to help them earn their Earth flag and build their new green train station, as well as the Richmond Gardens. Dan, the city planner at Community Relations, he has done a phenomenal job. I wish we would have had a microphone that day, being that close to the train station, and it was pretty cold, but thanks everybody who was able to come and congratulate the village on just major steps. This is not a simple thing, just getting the grants, having to sue the train station, the railroads. It was a huge job. It took a long time, but this is going to be a showpiece for DuPage County. We're hoping to use it for our Sustainable Design Challenge and have students take kind of their own tours of that site. So thank you very much for everybody who was able to come and the support of this huge endeavor. Next up is Wooddale's, the Village of Wooddale's Earth Flag Ceremony. They're really hoping to have it in person, and it keeps getting delayed. We may have to just do it virtually. Next slide, Joy, thanks. We also had 2 schools who earned their Earth Flags. St. James the Apostle earned their recertification Earth Flag, and Walker School in Clarendon Hills earned their recertification Earth Flags. Walker School's community garden was just really a delight. Their raised bed as well as their pollinator garden. Even in COVID, their environmental committee of students, teachers, and parents has been working very, very hard. It's quite impressive. And now they want to work on either their ecology flag or on their water quality flag. Next one, Joy. Hope's Garden, Liz, that you mentioned with the jail. When Liz and I met with Jim about 1 3/4 years ago, right, Liz?
Yeah.
We gave them a list of 9 things, and this was number 9 on the list. They have done everything with the syringe collection and the school library, the libraries for students, and for the kids of the incarcerated folks, as well as the folks living there. They added 4 compost bins. Though this compost bin project is to start with the materials from the garden, the leftover vegetables that didn't grow or the plant material. And next year we hope to be adding some of the food scraps from the jail itself. And then they made, when the incarcerated folks picked the vegetables were delivered to 7 different food pantries, 3 to 5 boxes each time. So it was really an exceptional project. I was glad to be a part of it. And Liz, thank you for getting that all started. Go ahead. We've been able to do some, while the weather was better, we've been able to do some outdoor education programs here. So both of the groups that came actually were from Hillcrest School, Downers Grove, and we were able to do some 3Rs as well as some recycled paper making workshops outside. Next slide. We have created now, I don't even know the number of videos, e-learning opportunities in English and in Spanish. We are sending those, so the Pumpkin Smash went to villages so they could put them on their cities' websites. We got some compliments from the village of West Chicago and the village of Addison. Our interns are from Oberlin College in Ohio, Marquette in Wisconsin, and Western Michigan. And they created these videos in Spanish and in English. They're all short. And the Word Find made it where kids can learn the English and the Spanish for the Pumpkin Smash. These will, most of them are on our website. More will be there shortly. Go ahead. The Pumpkin Smash, again, as we were saying, we were wondering how it would go with COVID. We were thrilled. We only lost 2 locations throughout the county, and we actually gained 2 locations, so we did well. We are at 160 tons for Northern Illinois, which is incredible, and we beat last year's numbers right here in DuPage County by about 30 tons, I believe the number is. Just fabulous. I think families really enjoyed having something they could do outside. It was something just a little bit different. Different towns had different opportunities. Naperville's Park District, the pumpkins go right to their community garden, as well as the Glen Ellen Park District. So that's kind of nice. The pumpkins don't have to be moved a second time to be composted. So we were thrilled with the turnout, thrilled with the publicity. Several of the towns really helped promote it. I think we're looking for something fun and interesting and safe to do. So I think that was part of the increase. So we're grateful for that. Next slide. Oh, there it is, 62.3 tons of pumpkins this year, which was quite incredible. And really across the county, we had collections. We were really very excited about it. And we've had people call since that have pumpkins and missed the day. And we do have one farm that is still accepting pumpkins, so they still were able to be composted that way. Next slide. The November recycling events, of course, Joy, you guys had the one at Glendale Heights. We helped promote that as much as we could. The Addison, we were there at the Addison's hazardous waste and recycling event. It was limited to Addison residents, but it had a great turnout and the weather was excellent. The county's hazardous waste event at the fairgrounds, we helped promote that. And then the cooking oil was this past Saturday. And then we have coming up Christ the Servant in Woodridge. That will be the last, they'll be doing electronics and coats. And that will be the last big event for throughout the county for us. Next slide. One of the silver linings of COVID, I guess, is the huge turnouts. People are home cleaning. So we have had long lines. It's been really quite incredible. We had new events. Downers Grove Sanitary District was a new paint event. Milton Township was an entirely new event. Addison hasn't done their event for 10 years, so we were glad to get that going again. It really has been an incredible year for people cleaning out. And I think the phone calls here reflect that. We are getting phone calls every single day of what can I do with this? Where can I take it? In fact, Sharing Connections is so full right now of furniture. We are not going to be recommending them for a little while, giving them a 2-month time off so that they can kind of get their stuff organized. Next slide. Whoops. So we have been working on a toolkit. I created recycling extravaganzas in 1986 in Wheaton. And we have been asked to create a toolkit as part of this contract. And it really was a great deal of work talking about tips and safety and vendors and contacts. We would love to see more towns be able to do more events next year. We know that reducing and reusing creates the least amount of pollution, saves the most energy, protects our water quality, and saves the resources themselves. So we would love to be able to help more communities next year, and hopefully once everybody can have vaccines, we'll be able to schedule more. But we were thrilled this fall. Only Carroll Stream canceled their event this fall. So we had great response, and residents are truly happy to get these items out of their homes. Next slide. The cooking oil, we've only had the numbers turned into us from 4 sites so far, and we're over 300 gallons. Again, a really great response. It's the first time we've actually collected cooking oil here at Scarce, because when we were in Glen Ellen, the Glenbard wastewater treatment plant was just down the street. So Clarendon Hills joined us this year, and Addison, so 2 new locations and over 300 gallons so far that we know were collected this past Saturday. And again, people are calling, so now we're able to refer them to the ongoing collection sites. Again, if you know, the cooking oil gets recycled and creates fuel that is much safer for the environment. So it helps reduce our carbon footprint, helps improve air quality, saves energy. Next slide. So again, working on some of these videos, we are creating short videos on contamination, on what kind of glass is recycled, what kind of plastic, what kind of metal, what kind of paper. So it's kind of a yes and no short YouTubes, both in English and in Spanish. We're just about ready to put those out, and we will send them to all the cities as well. They'll be on our website. These 2 young ladies have worked very, very hard to make sure that the videos are up to date, fast paced, and full of information. Is that my last slide, Joy?
Yes.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions about any of our slides or program? Brian?
Yeah, I just have one, Kate. How many of the PBs in DuPage County are doing your syringe pickups and pills drop-offs?
I don't know how many police departments are doing the pills. I have lost track of just about so many. Downers Grove is not. Wheaton is not. Well,
Yeah,
the sheriff.
I thought Downers Grove started.
They did start, and did they bring it back? Do you know, Brian? They started and then they quit.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, I was sorry. Both for Wheaton, they have the sheriff's office, so the city of Wheaton decided to let the sheriff's office do it. But Downers Grove was it was a big loss for us
And
to
can
do
you
that.
send me, well, yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
know they didn't do it, so I'll
Yeah.
talk to the chief and the mayor. But
Yes.
if you let me know what towns aren't doing it, because I think, you know, Sheriff Mendrick, I think, can have some influence too in doing that.
Yeah, and I think, Brian, it's really, really important right now. There is an opportunity for free syringe collections with Illinois EPA at the sites that they work with DuPage County. So right now we only have Glendale Heights Fire Station or Glenside Fire Station that takes syringes from anybody. We have the sheriff's office that takes syringes from anybody and has a very big container and has done now 3 syringe collections with us. Westmont, you need to be a resident of Westmont. Lyle has a free program in their police station to take syringes. So it is a huge, 1 in 12 homes has syringes now, Brian. So
Yeah.
it is a very big effort. We were thrilled to be working with Don at the state EPA and learn about the towns. And we have some towns that have actually expressed interest in expanding. So
Is Whole Foods doing it, Kay? Isn't Whole Foods doing it?
yes, Whole Foods, but you know, poor Whole Foods, their bins in their bathroom.
I know, they're so small that people,
Bring them
filled up
from
in
home
like-
and
yeah.
yes, they bring them in backpacks, Brian, and they had
Right.
really big bins to reduce the number of pickups that they had to make it more cost effective, but people were bringing backpacks full. And that's just too expensive. So they went to smaller collection bins. You know who else has them really nicely? It's the Lyle Library has them in their bathrooms. But
Have you
again,
ever tried working with like Walgreens or CVS to do it?
yes, sir. I have bashed my head against the wall with Walgreens, CVS, and Stericycle.
And when you do Walgreens, like, who do you talk to?
There's managers. The guy I've worked with the most is
Maybe we can reach out, because, you know, we have lobbyists, but we can reach out to their government affairs people. Because I think that's probably a more effective way, is to get maybe our lobbyists to work with the government affairs people for Walgreens or CVS. I know Walgreens has them.
well, you guys certainly have a bigger name and profile than I can do, but I have worked with their government affairs folks. I'm sure
Yeah.
one guy doesn't like me at all anymore, but
Well, but when it comes from our lobbyists, Kay, I mean, it has the backing of the
Yes.
whole county board, et cetera. So
yes,
maybe, you know, maybe we can look at that. And I'm going to follow up with the Downers Grove. I know they had some issues with accreditation, that they had to inventory every pill or something. That was the last time but I didn't know they canceled it. So I will talk to the board members and the mayor regarding that. But I'd like to know the police towns, because I'd like to work with Mendrick, and, you know, he has a relationship with all the chiefs to see if we can get more of those to participate.
we are all in favor. And I know that in the city of Warrenville, their fire department would like a collection bin. I had gotten grants for 10 towns to have free collection bins, but I don't have any more grant money for that project. And so the Warrenville Police Department, fire department would love to have one. And, you know, in California, every fire department has them. Naperville has the best programs in DuPage County. Every fire department collects syringes, every police department. So I would love to help Warrenville specifically because they've asked. And when they got their first bin at their city hall, they were not really sure anybody would participate. And the bin was full in 2 weeks. And then it was full again in 2 weeks. So I would love to, I just don't have any more grant money that that Scarce has. I've applied for the DuPage Foundation, gave us grant money for 9, and eScript gave us money for Bensonville's. So that was the 10 that I was able to provide for free. And, you know, it's just $1,000, but it still is money, you know, and then.
Oh, sure, no, right. I just wish I'd known this a few months ago. I would have said we should have put a motion on to make our money to the municipalities contingent on their program.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
We got to be really quick, but all right. But yeah, if you don't mind giving me that list, at least with the PDs, I'll start with that. But I will reach out to Downers now and see if I can find out why they canceled it and we can get that back.
Yes, that would be great, Brian. And Joy, you can get him the list probably faster than I can, right?
Oh yeah, then yeah, Joy, please, if you don't mind sending me that.
You have, I don't know if Joy, you have the ones that the health department has their name on. Do you have all of them?
Yes.
Okay. Joy can do that faster for you, Brian.
Thank you, Kay.
I don't know if there's any other questions.
questions? No.
I just wanted to tell everybody, thank you for coming to pumpkin events or cooking oil events or recycling extravaganzas or syringe collections. It means a lot to the people, you know, the vendors come and sometimes they don't know if 4 people are going to come or 150 people are going to come. And then the little groups like Lions Club and things like that. You know, it's nice to know that the county is supporting their work in that reduction and reuse. It's so valuable when you guys are able to show up. It means a whole lot to the volunteers and all the vendors. So thank you.
Any other questions for Kay or comments? Well, Kay, thank you so much. It's been a lot of fun working with you over the last 2 years. And, you know, I think Brian brings up some good points, and, you know, we have some things to work on now with our 2021 legislative agenda going forward with syringe collections and even possibly more drug collection locations throughout the county. So, so really good conversations. Does anybody else have anything else for Kay? Okay, seeing none, hearing none. Does anybody have anything under the item of old business? Any old business? No? Okay.
Just one thing, just thank Joy for putting that hazardous waste program together at the county.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joy, for all the work on that.
Yeah, such a great success. Yes, thank you so much. And anything under new business? Okay, seeing none, hearing none, without objection, we're adjourned. Thank you. Thanks.